Hi YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. This is my 8th time trying this video. For some reason, something is going on with my phone. I film all my videos on my phone, but this is a journal with me video. I'm just going to be taking you guys through this past week of me doing a week of creative journaling. That is something that I'm trying to get more into. I do have a journal that I pretty much do all of my heavy or emotional thoughts and things and that, but this is like my creative journal, and I want to get more familiar with it, so to speak. I started creative journaling, was it October of last year, 2021? And check out my video because I did do a flip through of my November and December month, I think it was. So I wanted to do just a week of journaling, and I am using the Moleskine Cashew. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, but the Moleskine Cashew. And these came in 3 notebooks, 3 small notebooks like this. And I initially had the bigger Moleskine, and I don't have it over here with me, but I'm most definitely not done with that. I think I'm going to use that for now as my monthly highlights, because it's a little much for just my journaling. I'm not there yet to do all of that. So as I put the start date, the 11th, and I'm getting better with learning more about journaling, because before I never would put the actual date on there of when I started, because I felt like whatever the first date that you see is what I started with. But it's easier to see, like, if I wanted to come back and reference a lot of the stickers, these stickers at the front and a few throughout I got from this pack, and it was from Walgreens, and believe it or not, it was only like $3, and you get all of these stickers. So I used a few of these, and the 11th when I started was just a day that I wanted to dedicate this page to a fresh start in my journaling journey, so to speak. And just like why I'm journaling, I want to really express myself creatively and use a lot more pictures and different things like that, and just kind of make it whatever it is that I want it to be. So I'm excited about that, and because I'm a perfectionist, I want to just do it and not worry about, like, if this looks off or if that looks off, and measuring this and how this looks. I don't know how to do hand lettering or anything like that, but it may be a day that I want to try it. And what sticks out for me with this page is I want to do as I please, regardless if it looks pretty or ugly or pretty ugly. Because one thing about this is it's just chronicling my days and something I'm able to look back at. But I also want to be able to see the growth as well. And I know my writing is not going to be perfect because of my joint issues, but I don't want that to hinder me wanting to do what I want to do. So with that being said, the first day for my 7 days started on Valentine's Day, and I just kept a couple of my kids' things that the teachers gave them, and this is a picture of my kids in their Valentine's Day outfit that they wore to school. And this is odd because I did not even tell him to do that. Normally with special needs kids, at least mine, it's hard to kind of get them standing together, looking at the camera, hugging each other, or holding hands, or doing whatever. Normally one is looking the other way, the other is looking the other way, one is trying to walk off. So it's very difficult, and I'm surprised that I got this. I thought it was just so perfect. On Valentine's Day, I was off of work. I did some yoga, restorative yoga for 24 minutes. I wrote the calories down and everything. I kept the receipts from breakfast that I had got my mom, and I just kind of documented that I was in a lot of pain that day with my joints, and I still really wanted to journal. So I just did it, and I was happy that I was able to bring my mom breakfast and just journal despite how I was feeling. And sometimes that's what you have to do, push past how you feeling. So the 15th is International Angelman Day. And that's why I got it right here, Angelman Syndrome Awareness Day, I call it. And I just printed out a little picture. I have the Polaroid high prints, and I absolutely love it. And I just put down, that I'm blessed to have my kids, even though they have their challenges with whatever it is, whether it's the syndrome, learning, just everything. They bring out the best in me, and they have taught me so much more than what I would have ever learned on my own. So I am grateful to them. Like, yeah, I'm their mom and I help them out. But they by far do way more for me. Part of their syndrome is always smiling. And it teaches me to smile through to smile through my challenges and smile through whatever. So I am glad that they have a day that celebrates them and just being who they are. And down here is a picture. I don't want to show their faces because these are my kids' teacher, but I wanted to show the shirts. They all order shirts from Amazon, and I thought it was just so cool how they just came together. It's nice to have people around your kids that understand them, accept them for who they are, but most of all, take the time to understand what their challenges are. Like, what is Angelman syndrome? How does it look? What facts do I need to know about them? What do I need to know in order to work with them? And that just meant the absolute world to me. So moving on to the 16th. The 16th, I just took a picture of my arm. I got my COVID booster. I was so excited because I had gotten so many other vaccines until this one had to wait for a while. Vaccines I needed for work, like my varicella, and then I got the flu, and then the pneumonia one. So I had to wait a while to get this. So it was a pretty chill day, but I was happy I got that. Shortly after I got it, I started getting the symptoms. My arm felt like 10 times worse than it did the other 2 times. And the body aches was extremely bad, but it didn't matter. I was just happy that I got the booster. And moving on to the 17th was a whirlwind of a day. My son also has the bone disease that I have, osteogenesis imperfecta, and he somehow, the thing about that disease is it doesn't take much to break anything. And this is his first ever incident with bones in general. And it's probably, I've broken so many, but because of him being special needs and them knowing, he has a lot of cushion and limitations around being in school and definitely at home. So this was just his arm bracelet. He ended fracturing his scapula, his shoulder blade. And so it was just bad because he didn't understand what was going on. I couldn't go to the hospital because on top of the joint flare-up that I had, the COVID booster had me down really bad. So it was like I was watching him and he was crying, leaving. He didn't want to leave. He was wondering, like, why wasn't I going? He kept just staring at me and crying. So it was a really emotional, hard day for me. And it just seems like something always takes place or a situation always comes up whenever I'm in rotation where I'm off of work at the hospital. And so these days that I was off and I also didn't work at the shelter, it was just filled with just chaotic things. And so that's what I'm trying to learn to do now with mindfulness and just prayer in general, finding that calm and peaceful place even through the chaos. So that was just a picture of him with the sling on and the headphones. He loved headphones, whether it's music coming through them or not. So the 18th, it was just a pretty chill day. That's why I put there's no place like home. I thought this was really cute. A house is made of beams and bricks. It delights your eye and shelters you from the storm. A home is a more ineffable thing, a space where everyone should feel welcome, especially you. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Ineffable. But I just put today was a slow day. It was just me and Emmanuel. Hannah went to school, and we just didn't really do much. He can't really move much, and he's in a lot of pain. So he pretty much just played with his Mr. Potato Head for most of the day. We watched some movies, and we just got a chance to chill and spend some time together, which is always good. On the 19th, I chose to use this. It says, "Arise, shine, dear brave one," because I was happy that I was feeling better, even though Emmanuel was uncomfortable and not feeling his best. It's always hard for me because he doesn't understand. I can't explain different things to him, so he doesn't understand it. But despite the challenges that's been coming at me, and my family in general, you have to choose to rise. You have to choose to just keep going on. And that's something that I always have to remind myself to do. And for the last day, which was the 20th, it was another chill day. I felt like I got a lot of business things done, which is why I put the table and just the plant. I felt like I started my series on my podcast about suicide, which I'm so excited because I feel like that needs so much awareness. Suicide needs so much awareness. So I'm excited. I started that. And hopefully the people that listen will spread it and spread the knowledge that they've learned, and just being able to start the conversation to talk about it is so important. I also did film some YouTube videos. I did my daughter's hair, which is always a task. Her birthday is the 20th. Her birthday's next week, and it's always a task to do her hair. And I was trying to do a nice style. It came out nice, but it was hard doing, to say the least. But I felt really productive that day, and that's just how I want to always feel. And I feel like I felt that way because I stayed motivated despite everything that was going on around me. So that's just a reminder to myself. And yeah, that was it for the 7 days. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm excited to do this and share with you all future things. And maybe even film a journal with me while I'm doing it. I just feel like I take so long choosing pictures and everything, so I just don't do it. But maybe one day I'll film like a day that I'm using 2 pages or even one. Don't forget to hit that button and subscribe so you don't miss out on any videos. Leave me a comment, a thumbs up if you like this video, and thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. Bye bye.